questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to start with Jake Jennings, and then we're going to go to Dasher.
Jack, you came into the game losing by a few runs. Is there a different mentality coming into a game down, or is it still just go out there, get 3 outs, and let the offense do their thing?
No, you can't really let the score get to you. You always got to go in there thinking that, it's a tight game and that it's, every out's really important. So, I don't know. You got to keep the same mentality and just go in there and do the job and give your team a chance.
Hey, Jack, good to see you. You were a young pitcher one time on this team. A lot of young teammates this year, and of course, the walks were a big deal today. How was with that kind of thing? How was that something you kind of overcome as a pitcher and not let that become an issue during the contest?
It's mentality. You got to have confidence, and it's easier said than done. But at the end of the day, you got to know that you're here for a reason, and you got to find your comfort zone, and it takes a little bit of experience. But at this point, kind of like the coaches always say, they're not freshmen anymore. You're kind of a sophomore now, being in so many games. And, with this staff, in particular, we've had so many chances and so many appearances, but it's still, it's tough. And you just got to find your confidence and know that, you're here for a reason, and you got to get in there and settle in. And it'll happen for these guys. They're really talented and they work really hard. And, it's part of it. You got to go through the ups and downs, and, you got to bounce back, and, they're going to get to pitch again. Everybody on this staff is important, and we need every one of them.
Speaking of bouncing back, you had a couple of rough outings or whatnot a couple a few times ago, but you've kind of come back now and seem to be pitching pretty well. How do you feel about that?
I feel really good. It's all due to the training and the stuff that we do day in and day out, and trusting the process and just getting in there and settling in and trusting that the work that you put in is going to pay off. And like I said, you're going to get your chances. No one's just not going to pitch. I mean, you're going to pitch, and you got to be ready when your name's called on. And that's just part of it, is how many times can you get back up after you get knocked down? And, that's the thing that we do really, really well. And, we'll shake back this weekend and get ready to rock.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay, next we're going to go to Davis, and then we're going to go to Chip.
Yeah, Jack, there were walks given up in every inning except for that seventh when you struck out the side. I just want to know, did anything change from those 2 innings, from the 6th to the 7th?
I kind of feel like, just loosened up and got settled in, but really just, down to, you're attacking the zone and, you're trying to let them hit it and trying to get it by them at the same time, but just going in there and, trying to make quick work of it and get the momentum back, so the bats can get going. And I guess it's just, focus, getting loosened in and, settling in and doing the job.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jack, just the Tech rivalry. I mean, it's kind of different when you play these guys in the middle of the week. It's staff night, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it doesn't hurt any less when you play these guys. Can you just put in perspective, playing that team over there and probably knowing a lot of those guys and that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a big rival for us. It's a big rival for the fans. The teams get into it. And like you said, growing up with how travel ball is, you probably played with a handful of those guys, and everybody knows everybody, being in-state kids and all. And, you want your school to be the best one in the state. And I don't know, it's fun. And, everybody gets into it, and it's a pumped up game. And, they just came and they got it done today, but hopefully we'll even up the series when we go to Atlanta.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, next we're going to go to Tori, and then we're going to go to Ramin.
Hey, Jack, you kind of just touched on this, but Coach said when you play in ACC games, it has a slightly different feel to it than playing SEC games. Do you feel that way also?
The midweek's just different. The hitters, they grind every day. Weekend's really tough on them, but the midweek's one on pitching. When we come to the field, you got to know that the hitters are coming off an off day, and they might not be in the right groove, and it might take them an inning or two to get going. So you really got to rely on your pitching. And as everybody said, we walked 10 tonight, and that's just not going to get it done. And, it just wasn't our night. But I wouldn't say, it's a different feeling, because every game matters really, really, they're really important with RPI and everything. But, it's just midweek, it's a little bit of a different vibe, knowing that, your hitters might not be as hot or as sharp, and you really just got to rely on your pitching, and we just didn't have it.
And when you have to rely on your pitching like that, do you take a different approach getting on the mound than you do maybe during a weekend series?
Possibly, but at the same time, you got to keep the same mentality. It's just another day for us. We get to play 1 or 2 days out of the week. So, we got to be hot and ready to go. And when your name's called, you got to get in there and get the job done.
Thanks, Jack.
Jack, we talked about the walks. Is that something that as a staff you're going to go over with Coach Kenny, either as a staff or individually before Auburn, maybe on Monday? Do you guys look at film from past games or only look at film for future games?
Absolutely not. I mean, you know, it's been a thing here and there, but it's not a characteristic that we want as a staff. And I don't think that it is. You know, it's just day in and day out, things can be different. But, you know, with the staff that we've done really good things and we've done bad things, you know, but you're going to have that ups and downs throughout the season. And, you know, as a baseball guy, you know, you're 20, 21 years old, even the younger guys, 18, 19, you can't walk 10 guys. And I don't think it's anything that we're going to go over because it's just it's an understood deal. And we know what we got to do. And, you know, Coach Kenny gives us a great plan to, focus and practice on. And, you know, I don't think we're going to change anything. We're just going to keep going at it, get back to work tomorrow, and hopefully come out and show everybody who we are on Thursday.
Thanks, Jack.
Okay, that's all for tonight. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
Good job, Jack. Thank you.